Hello everyone. Sorry I'm just a little bit late. Just a little bit late. How is everyone's Thursday going? I hope you're all doing amazingly well today. Hello, Miss Laura. I haven't even had a minute to shuffle my cards, so you know that y'all are gonna do that with me. That way, the messages can be extra personalized for you. Today is Thursday. Thursday the 14th, I think. I think it's Thursday. Either Thursday the 14th or Thursday the 13th. Whatever, you know? That's just what it is today. That's my mind today. All right, so I'm gonna get my handy dandy flashlight. I found the trick to being able to read, everyone. The trick to me being able to read without reading glasses is light. Go figure. Go figure. I just need light so I can read. So yesterday, while the power was down and the internet was down and the kids couldn't play on the computer and all of that amazing stuff, I actually grabbed my little handy dandy flashlight here, pulled down about 5 different books and lit it up and started reading. And I was literally reading from morning until night with no reading glasses because of my little baby flashlight. It was a very liberating feeling, I have to tell you, especially when I'm used to not having to use one. So, or not having to use reading glasses prior to that. All right, let me get this mane under control. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of grounding first. Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you. Do some grounding while we do some shuffling. Checking in with below. That Earth Star Chakra. Bringing it all the way up to the crown. All the way up into the sky. Checking in with above. Into that Soul Star Chakra. Allowing that divine light to enter through the crown. Moving down into the third eye, opening things up. Down into the throat, higher heart, lower heart, solar plexus, sacral, going down into the root and then going all the way back down into the Earth Star Chakra. Allowing them to infuse, to come together, turning to gray. Bringing that energy to the heart, the throat, the third eye. Nice. Okay. That's nice. So as I was doing that, I had a vision of a celebration. You know, where people hold hands and they dance in the circle, like the merry-go-round, and when you would fall. Oh shit, what was that called? I forget. Anyway, it is a group of, not kids, adults, doing that. They're not falling, but they're definitely dancing around in a circle in a celebration, singing. So this is really, really good. This tells me that there are more happy times in the horizon. So that's very good. And that holding hands, that community, that closeness Probably celebrating that, being able to be close to one another again, to touch one another again. So, and no, Laura, time isn't a thing anymore. It really isn't. Really isn't. Okay. Based upon that vision that I already had, let's talk about, I think that's what Spirit wants me to talk about, is celebration. Oh, just got over the, well, we're still in waxing moon. The new moon just happened on the 12th. Moving closer to our full moon in Leo. I love Leo. It's my rising sign and I freaking love it. So this full moon coming up is going to be great, which is, okay, so that's probably why I got that vision for that celebration. It's going to be a wonderful full moon. I have lots planned for that full moon. Okay, so that being said, all of that being said, I'm going to draw a card right now for messages from the universe regarding just today. Just today. I got the star card. A beautiful star card. The most important thing that the star card reminds us of is to follow our dreams. Reach for our aspirations, set our goals high, believe in ourselves, know that we have the ability to attain whatever we want to attain. If we can see it, we can achieve it. It does take work. Star card reminds us of that. She also reminds us that during that working period of attaining all of those amazing things that we are working on at this moment, we need to also take that time to just take a break. And hello, painted goddess. Take that time to just take a break and allow ourselves that time to breathe, that time to connect. Not just, connect with spirit, but to connect with earth, and also to connect with every little cell within our own bodies, checking in on ourselves, making sure that we're strong, we're healthy, we're feeding ourselves the right way, we are taking in enough hydration and really taking care of ourselves. We're taking those cat naps if need be, things like that. But when Star Card comes up, it's great. And today the message is, those goals, those dreams that you've been, planted seeds for maybe at the new moon. Today's a really great day to work on those and to strive towards attaining those. Make sure later on tonight that you take a nice little break. Give yourself a nice little break. All right? Okay. I have to tell ya, painted goddess, the lab today was an amazing lab, and I know that class had to come up soon. And I'm wondering, was that one of the most difficult classes that you had to put together? Because there's so many different aspects that you had to explain today. Today we went over, sextile and trine and square, and talking, pertaining to our natal Saturn and where that sat. And so we know where our squared Saturn is, our trine Saturn is, our Saturn return, all of that. So that's what we did today. And I have to, before I even go into the cards, I gotta tell you, I think one of the reasons that it was a little bit more difficult for me today is because so much information was being downloaded. So much information as to shit that has gone on in my life during those times of trine and square and return and those kind of things. It was like, I was like, holy shit. Another thing that came to light for me today was the realization. I mean, this is because Saturn sits in my Gemini, and there's some other aspect going on, and things like that. I mean, I fucked my head up. I fucked my head up, and I put my own restrictions down upon myself, and I sometimes don't allow myself to listen to that star card and to really allow myself to dream and really allow myself to show this true, authentic, amazing person, being, soul that lives within me. So, yes, Kristen, I'll pull a card for you, and then you can come back and watch it. I know power was out for us too. So anyway, so today's class was a lot, but it wasn't a lot as in like a lot difficult. It was a lot being downloaded. So I'm going to have to really sit and resonate on some of that stuff that came through tonight. And I'm very excited about going back through and figuring out when all of my squares and trines and sextiles and all that was, because there's a lot of history in my life that I need to be going over. And I'm telling you people, the Astrolab has opened so many doors to me, and it's not even about me like publicly doing charts or anything. It's about me really getting into myself and really figuring out the phases of me, how I phase in and out, and why. I think that's the best part there. All right. So, because she asked, I'm going to go ahead and draw her a card first. Little Miss Kristen. She is one of my students in the Path of the Moon, a journey of witchery. So, sorry your phone dropped. Yeah, the why. Okay, all right, Miss Kristen. All right, babe. For you today, I got the Justice card in reverse, all right? And the Justice card in reverse is reminding me that to tell you that not everything in life is fair, and not everything in life goes the way that we want it to go, all right? So we have to really keep our minds open to the fact that universe supports us. And whether we think so or not, universe is going to make it right, all right? Karma, one of the things that we're going to be talking about this weekend. We're going to be having a little karma discussion. So universe knows about karma. When the Justice card comes in reverse, universe says, hey. You might be trying to push this balance a little bit too much. You might be trying to, hey, pineapple. You might be trying to push the karma and maybe push the, God, I hate to say it, but vengeance, push the vengeance on this being. So know that you don't need to do that. Allow things to just happen. Universe is there. Universe is taking care of all of us, and universe knows exactly what is for our best and highest good, and universe will make things happen when they need to happen. And I think that is your message today. You're frustrating yourself because this imbalance. But this imbalance is happening because you're frustrating yourself and you're fighting the flow. So really, really start trying to go with that flow, okay? Every time you feel frustrated, every time you feel anxious, every time you feel beat up, I want you to take a step back, and I really want you to take a breath in. And I want you to allow yourself just to be, just to relax, just to know that that one breath is solely dedicated to you, and you're giving that to yourself. Okay? All right. Miss Corey, I would love a Saturn trine in 2021 card. Whoo-hoo. What you got for me, Saturn? You sure you want to ask that damn question? Are you sure you want to do it? Yeah, you can hear Duke. I know. I know. I know. And thank you. That was a Christmas gift from my hubs. All right. Saturn question for you. All right, Saturn comes in and Spirit tells me that one of the main things for you is all about relinquishing control. It's all about, and not in a negative way, not like throwing your hands up into the air like, not like that, but like allowing yourself to say, you know what, I'm totally okay with not having control, because me not being in control of everything also lightens up my responsibilities. It lightens that load on my shoulders so I don't have to carry all that stuff, right? All right. So that, yes, makes sense. Okay, so you have the Nine of Wands in reverse here. So when Nine of Wands comes to me in reverse, it's a reminder that our defenses don't always have to be up. We don't always have to be on guard, fighting for the change that we want to create, or fighting for what we believe in, what we're trying to manifest. All right, you don't always have to fight for that. You can relinquish that control to universe and allow universe to take you on this journey that you need to go on. When he comes to us in reverse, he also talks about not necessarily, putting the fire out, but definitely taming the flames a little bit. Sometimes when we are in that uber creative mode and we are really, really focused on changing, those flames can go out of control and kind of burn us in a way. So that's part of having that control too, that directed creative control. Allowing yourself to release some of that control and bring that guard down a little bit. Hold on. Okay, so another thing, just it's feverish. Like you are like feverish. Like you are so itchy for this transformation and this change to happen. You're like, oh, trying to do all this stuff. So relinquish that control. Know that it's going to happen when it's going to happen. Know that what you're doing, you're on that right path. You are doing that work. Know that that's fabulous. Don't let those flames burn you. Don't let them get out of control. Just allow that creative aspect within you to flow, Sometimes I compare it to the flames being really spiky instead of that beautiful dance that they do. So maybe a little bit of fire scrying wouldn't hurt you either, and you can watch those flames dance and move. And then when you feel feverish and you feel like things are overwhelming and out of control and not happening fast enough and you always have to defend yourself, think about those flames just dancing. And think about the fact that they go out when they need to go out. And they breathe in more oxygen and grow when they need to do so. So think about it that way. I think that's what Message Spirit is really trying to tell you today. All right, let's see. Okay, got you. All right, hand-drawn lotus. I'd love a card for today. All right, let's draw you one for today. Hand-drawn lotus, I don't know what you are up to over there. But the word that came to play for you today is infamous. So whatever you're doing, whatever you are birthing into this world right now, you need to know will be accepted very well. And ooh, I got chills. And you will, it'll, I mean, come on. The word is infamous, for Pete's sakes. So whatever you're bringing into the world, baby, you need to continue doing, because it's going to be absolutely fabulous. All right. You may be at a little bit of a stuck point right now. You got the Chariot in reverse. So if you're feeling like, well, I'm not bringing anything into the world right now, this is why, because you're at a little bit of a stuck point, okay? Remember, this little stuck point is just a speed bump. It's not a wall, it's not an ocean, it's not a mountain, it's just a little bitty speed bump. And sometimes those speed bumps come into play because sometimes we are going so fast to create these things and to bring these things into reality that we're actually missing a key part of these things. We're so directed and so fast moving that we're not taking time to really acknowledge what we are creating and celebrating the hard work that we've put into it. We're not giving time back to ourselves. The speed bump comes into play to tell you, hey, it's time to slow down. Just slow it down just a little bit. There's a little bit more magic that needs to be put into this thing that you're creating. And this magic it's really soul magic for you. It's really soul magic that needs to come in and be put in. Almost like, when I write with pen to paper, it's like the blood is moving from my body into that pen onto the paper. It's part of me. So there's a little added part of you in this baby that you are trying to birth that you need to just take your time on and add a little bit more of you, your magic, into it. I hope that makes sense for you. Okay, Painted Goddess would love a card for Saturn in 4th house wisdom. Life lesson stuff. Ooh, life lessons. Let's see. Life lessons. Okay. So, one of the things that comes up for you today, Painted Goddess, is the word mediation. And sometimes that's a bugger of a word, because, when we talk about mediation, it's not, let me explain. All right, so if you are feeling as though you are always the one that has to find this compromise and this middle ground, and it's really freaking frustrating you, you need to know that universe knows all about what is going on right now, okay? When we talk about mediation, you talk about a mediator coming into play, and you talk about someone trying to bring common ground to two separate entities, right? Trying to bring that infusion, okay? Sometimes that infusion happens naturally if we allow it to, all right? Sometimes that infusion, that coming together, that really seeing that other person takes outside assistance, mediation. So think about that as well. You don't always have to be the one to come up with the compromise. That is not your fucking responsibility all the goddamn time. FYI. Okay? Alrighty. Fool in reverse. Hanged Man. Hanged Man in reverse. So when Hanged Man in reverse comes to play, it means change that way of thought. It means there are different ways of seeing things that sometimes we don't allow ourselves to even see. All right, because heaven forbid, I've been doing it this way for so long, it's never steered me wrong, but you're coming to a point in your life where it's not working anymore. So instead of, beating a dead horse, maybe look outside of that spectrum. Okay? I hope that resonates with you. I know, I love the dookie doo too, little dookie doo. All right, Amber. Card for today. I will get to that question box. Just let me hit up this card right now, okay? All right. Amber. 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 Miss Amber. Not only the word roses came up for you today, but a vision of beautiful, beautiful ruby red roses came up today. So I don't know if those are one of your favorite flowers, or if those were a favorite flower of someone that you know that may have passed, maybe a grandmother or something. Maybe that's a name. Anyway, roses comes into play for you. Roses, they bring that romance, but roses can also be because of a celebration of some sorts as well. So we'll dig more into that. Hold on, okay? All right, so for you, I got the Prince of Pentacles in reverse. There's a lot of introspective cards happening today, peeps. So princes, first of all, are about initiating. They're about taking action. And when you have your pentacles, that's about that foundational stuff. It's about that physical stuff, right? So what the Prince in reverse is trying to tell you, take time to smell the roses. That's what he's trying to say. Okay. All right. So you need to take a little time to smell the roses. It's kind of an overall theme today. Taking that time, allowing things to brew just a little bit more. When he comes in reverse, he's like, hey, we don't need to go all balls in right now. We don't need to do that. We can, there's this thing that we've already instigated, these seeds that we've already planted, we've done some work. Now is the time to allow that work to come to fruition, so therefore you can make a decision as to where you might want to go next. If you try and instigate the work prior to these blooms coming up, prior to actually being able to see the physicality of this seed that you planted, the decision that you make is going to be a little bit too hasty, and might knock you off your foundation just a little bit. So allow yourself to take some time to ruminate on this physical aspect of, could be health, could be home. Take some time. Don't make any abrupt decisions without really thinking about them, okay? I hope that makes sense to you. And take time to smell the roses. All right, okay. All right, Laura, I'd love a card for moving into my 12th house tomorrow. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Laura's going dark. Let's see here. Laura's going dark. There's something trying to come through, but I am not super clear on it yet. So we're gonna draw a card first, okay? It's almost like a nonsense word trying to come through, and I'm not getting it. Even the nonsensical part, I'm just like, what is that? Okay, so hold on one second. All right? Okay. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups coming into play for you. Okay? And you know, that 12th house is originally that house of water, that house of Pisces, right? Before going into Aries, I think. I'm not looking at anything right now. Oh, wait, hold on. I got my handy dandy flipping book right here. Hold on. My girl put the shit up straight today. Yay, I was right. She'll be proud. Okay, so the 12th house is that house of Pisces. And, you know, it's about really going deep and really going dark and really going inward and really getting in touch with that feminine aspect of yourself, but also getting in touch with true depth and darkness, and acknowledging the wonderful parts of us just as much as we need to acknowledge the darker parts of us, the parts that sometimes we don't like, and they still come out and play. It's just as beautiful to acknowledge those, because then we can continue to work on them, and not even necessarily heal them. You know, part of why we have those things is defense mechanism as well. So I think part of your journey of going into your 12th house is to really examine what you use as defense mechanisms and where it comes from, because it comes from somewhere really deep. And you know, this might just be this year's phase, just the acknowledgement. Next year's phase might be, okay, let's really start working on healing that and cleansing and getting some cords up and things like that. So know that taking it in stride for you is also a good thing, because if you just jump in head first, it's not good. You'd be all jumbled. You get all jumbled. I don't know what this word is. Okay. Okay. All right, I got you. It's called a fraction. I mean, the word is fraction. And I think that this 12th house movement for you is only a fraction of what you'll need to discover about yourself, what you should discover about yourself. I also think that you'll want to start discovering more about yourself. So have fun with that, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? All right. Hello, Jersey girl. Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. That makes sense, Hand-Drawn Lotus. She says she's sketching an Aquarian goddess while she listens to me today. That makes a lot of sense, and I can't wait to see that, so maybe you can share that later on, okay? But make sure you put that real blood. It's like it's water and air. It's water and air beauty coming in to play in that area. So put that mental and emotional, bringing in that spiritual aspect into that wonderful sketch. And I can't wait to see it when it's done. All right. Let's see. All right. Hello, more child. All right, Maddie Riggs. It's a few weeks away, but a card for imbolc. It is a few weeks away, but I'm kind of already feeling it and kind of already celebrating it, and kind of already spilling for it. So, all right, card for imbolc. Oh, you know what? Maddie. No, Maddie, hold on. I got to go to the question box really quick, okay? Because I promised that one. I'll be right back with you, okay, baby? All right, Jersey girl. A message for me from my relatives through the veil. All right. Hold on 1 second, okay, Matt? From your relatives from the veil. Ooh. Boy, I got chills. Woo. you're getting a long one. Hold on. Okay. All right. So the message for you from across the veil is forget about always making sense. Life is too short and should be built on the foundation of fun. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I really do feel as though that was an older woman coming in and saying that to me. Silver hair up in a bun. So like salt and pepper hair up in a bun. Reminding you that it's fun. Life is about fun. It's not about rules and restrictions and regulations and binding ourselves. Don't bind yourself. It's about having a good time. All right, for you, I got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of reverse stuff coming today. All right, so this is about nurturing, once again, a new foundational path that maybe you've decided to walk on. You know, the aces are seeds. They're that newness. But this is telling me, because it is in reverse, that this is kind of like a introspective thing that affects you physically as well, affects your foundation, maybe your spiritual foundation. So now it's time to nurture that a little bit. Now you're kind of, you've planted that seed, it's growing a little. Now it's time to make sure that it gets the proper sun, the proper water, the proper food, the proper love, the proper love. And I really, really believe that that message was, if you are going to take care of this area of your life, it's going to require you to let go and have a good time while you're doing it. Okay? So I hope that that makes sense to you. All right? All right, Miss Maddie. Okay, a card for imbolc for you. Okay. All right. I don't know why all these cards are in reverse today. Holy shit. The word that comes through for you today, my darling, is matron. I don't know what phase of life you are in, whether you are maiden, mother, or crone, or maybe a little bit of in between, because, you know, it's kind of what imbolc is about as well. We are still under that ground, you know, about ready to bud, about ready to break through. We're building up that energy within us, still connected to shadow. So it is about that between. Remember too that it takes time for us to, I don't want to say mature. It's not that you are immature. It takes time for us to respect a certain position, I think is what it is. And you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse here, which kind of is confirming that I do believe that you are in an in-between phase right now, which makes total sense now going into imbolc for sure. So if you are really starting to phase from mother into crone, I want you to allow yourself to just don't rush it. Don't rush it, okay? It may not totally be time for that to happen. If you're phasing from maiden into motherhood, don't rush it. May not be time for that to happen yet. Still growing, still building up that energy. while we are still in the shadows of Earth, while we are still in the womb of Gaia before imbolc, allow yourself to replenish your energy because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. So allow yourself to replenish your energy. And then at imbolc, touch on that again. See where you're at that time. You might have a completely different, not only mental aspect toward, a way of thinking towards it. You may have a completely different, you might be on a different level at that time. So check in then. I'm hoping that that makes sense to you. I've actually written something for imbolc that's going in my newsletter coming up. So it talks really about that aspect. So if you're interested, sign up for the newsletter. All right, Painted Goddess, you are the mediator of your family. Yeah, it might be time to look outside. All right. Okay, got you, Jersey girl. Okay. All right, Laura says, girl, I've been dark. Listen, Laura. There are still some aspects of you that you are discovering. So allow yourself to discover them. The image of the twins from The Shining just popped into my head. You're such a brat, I swear. Such a brat. All right. Okay, awesome. And I think that that is everyone today. I hope I got all your questions. I hope that they all resonated with you guys. Remember, follow your dreams, but also remember to take a time out while you're doing it, all right? Because if you work yourselves too much, you're not going to be able to devote more time to that dream, to working into that aspiration, those goals, and attaining and manifesting what you want to manifest. So I think overall Spirit is kind of telling us it's time to take it a little bit slow. And I do believe that that is because we are going into imbolc. And it's a reminder, it's time to take it slow. It's time to allow ourselves to continue building the energy. Because when we start budding at imbolc, and then break out and blossom during Beltane, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of energy. So allow ourselves to move a little slow, be nice to ourselves, love ourselves, take a time out, all right? Allow ourselves to take as much nourishment from Gaia as we can possibly get from her right now, so we can kick fucking ass when springtime comes, all right? I love you all so much, and thank you once again for joining me on this episode of Thursday's Random Readings with me, Marilyn, the PNW High Priestess. The circle is open, but unbroken. Until we meet again, my darlings, have a very, very blessed day. Bye now.